Howdy, folks. This is Crisis169 coming to you, aka what the hell ever. Okay, this video is dedicated to our, commander in the pens and the rest of the woken liberals out there. The piece of the shit out there who seem to think that the American lives are easy to be. And listen, the American people are not slaves. Unlike your woken bullshit slaves you have, the American people are not peasants, pawns, or damn game you can go target practice with. And what I'm saying about that is very simple. A couple of days ago, Uncle Joe Biden, pedophile Biden, what do you want to call him? The commander in the pens that decided a good freaking idea, fucking idea, to take people out of the embassy, to withdraw troops out of Afghanistan, to have 70,000 people stand on the roof of a damn freaking embassy building. Because him and his political bullshit party decided a good idea of be woken. We have to give the Taliban their country back, practically. The president of Afghanistan, president had fled the country, left 70,000 women and children, women and girls there. They're going to be enslaved. They're going to be murdered. They're going to be raped. They're going to be married to a bunch of older geezers, a bunch of young girls. But you know what, though? The liberals are used to that kind of crap because they're pedophiles anyway. So here's my thought on this. The typical liberal movement is to cause trouble, destruction, chaos, and blame somebody else for it. They have created this issue, folks. You can't blame Trump for it. Of course, they try to spin it, and the liberal slaves like, yes, Matthew, it's Trump's fault. Yes, Matthew. The rest of it's like, no, it ain't Trump's fault. Trump kept him at bay. He killed off and he killed one of the evil terrorist generals. Of course, all the liberals were, oh my God, General died. We worship you. We hate Trump. They were literally saying they love their country, hate Trump. Okay. Here's my philosophy on this. And my channel is not really a political channel. I don't try to be political. I try to be gaming, fun, haha. But sooner or later, you have to draw a line in the sand somewhere. Somewhere, you got to draw a line in the sand. You got to make a choice. Make a choice somewhere. You got to make a choice where you stand. Sometimes. No, they ain't sponsored by Rockstar either. But here's the issue I have. You have a commander in the pens that now going to allow 70,000 young women and children be murdered and raped around that country. Meanwhile, you have the woken liberals worrying about, evil, mean tweets and ice cream like Nancy Pelosi's worrying about. New Green Deal and all this free stuff. You have a country now that's on the verge, it's probably going to be collapsing within the next few hours or a week. On top of that, they have a lot of our technology that Biden ordered to be left behind. Wink, wink. For whatever reason, they have gone up and said they're going to attack Israel when they take over the country. And you piece of trash, you woken leftist people who think, well, you don't understand. We have to be. You can fly all the pride flags you want at the embassy, and they had a Black Lives Matter and pride flag sitting there. Taliban took them down and practically blew their nose with them. They don't care about pride or gender studies or 23 gender identities or woken pronouns. All they care about is cutting throats and screaming Allah. They don't care. But these leftists think if we let them take the country over again, they will leave us alone. They're not going to leave us alone, leftists. They're going to do another 9/11 again, worse than 9/11 it was before. Because Joe, I'm hiding in the Biden, I'm hiding in the basement Biden, is too busy worrying about whatever he's worrying about. And it sure hell ain't worrying about the country falling apart. We got New York and Chicago high death rates. They're spilling all over the place, killing each other constantly. Police leaving. Military walking out practically now. There's reports that the military is thinking about walking out and abandoning because they can't get any damn orders from their commanders. Something came down from from Ivory Tower where Biden is to everybody pull out right away. I guarantee you the Taliban acted like Hitler did to Will Chamberlain, and asked him, "Hey, you give us the territory back, we won't advance anymore." Of course, like a sucker that Biden is, he pulled out, and there they go. They're up and running. And this is why Biden is hiding, I guarantee you. They're like, "Hey, Biden, give us this section back of Afghanistan, we won't go any farther." Hitler told Chamberlain the same thing. And what happened? People died because he lied. And you got a parasite like Biden go, "Okay, here you go." And he does it, and that's why he's hiding, I guarantee you. He's been duped. He's been duped once again. The liberal politicians have been duped. We were so told that these clear politicians will solve it. Trump is evil, Hitler starting wars. Finger on the button, finger on the button, the finger on the button dance the liberals keep telling you. How many wars did Trump start? 0. Biden's going to start a war with a 6-minute country in 6 months. He wasn't president for half a year yet. He's going to start a damn war. And CNN's too busy talking about identity politics and evil Trump and his damn tax returns. We have a country falling apart, folks. I am not a political person. I'm an independent conservative, but I will speak my mind on bullshit like this. We have to stop thinking about identities and ice cream before you're having your throat slit, in front of your house. While Al Qaeda and Taliban come running in your neighborhood. What ain't going to happen? The military going to protect us. The same military is being told to stand down in Afghanistan. They have to follow the orders, folks. If they don't get the order, they can be hung. They have to follow the orders for the commander and depends. They cannot do anything outside of what they're doing. If a general didn't do anything he's supposed to do, he can be court-martialed and hung for treason. So they can't do a whole lot. Only people that can throw out the president or the House, and they ain't gonna do it. Not until they find out what the hell happened to what his vice president is. Somewhere, the queen on her knees, whatever we call herself, these days. I don't have time to argue with people about politics right now. We have a country being torn apart. We have Democrats trying to spin us in bankruptcy. We have a president or whoever it was that told to pull out those people. I wouldn't surprise Hillary Clinton at the end of that damn phone call. Well, I do know what to do, Clinton. Oh, pull them out. Oh, yeah, sure, Clinton, thank you. Pull them out, boys. And here we are. Something Clinton would do. She lied and 4 people died. What difference does it make? And the Republicans are standing around having funny little swirls, little ha jokes. That's all good and all. But let's break it down here. No, let's break it down a little further here, though. Where in the hell are the backbone people at? Because January 6th is so traumatic to AOC. And she's a woken progressive. Hey, AOC, 70,000 young girls are going to be raped and murdered or raped and put into marriages against their will. Where are you at? Excuse me? You don't care about them? Okay. Sorry. I forgot. They only care about crap they have in front of them. They don't give a damn something that happened 10,000 miles away in a country that was an ally, may technically, but was an ally because they were gaining ground. 20 years we were gaining ground over there, and less than not even 4 months, Biden has pretty much destroyed that relationship. They're gonna have weapons. They're gonna launch them. Probably at Israel. A war is gonna happen, folks. It's just inevitable. There is no if and a but. It's gonna happen. When it's gonna happen, that's only when time will tell. See, We got rid of the evil Trumper and the evil mean tweets to have a diaper wearing president who didn't have the balls to stand up in front of you and camera, hey, I made a mistake. I made a decision. I got him out of here. I did the thing I needed to do. It's my fault. You know, he's playing the Hillary Clinton and how Barack Obama 101 playbook. He's screwing away. It's what they do. Made a mistake. He was on camera. Hey, I made a mistake. At least Trump made a mistake. He admitted to it. It may take a day, but he made it to it. Week later, Biden might come out of his basement and say, "Well, Republicans' fault," and hide back in the basement. Slaves, yes, it's Republicans' fault. Yeah, man, that's liberal slaves are going to be doing. Us, American people, who's commander in chief? Is it Trump or you? Oh, I'm sorry. No word? Oh, I'm sorry. We forgot. You're senile. We got a senile geriatric case, running the country now. We decided that the goodness we had with Trump was too good to have. Let's put ourselves back into the 10th level of hell. You liberals out there, you progressive people, you movie stars, you rich pieces of trash, you bastards out there, and all you rich and damn freeloading pieces of shit, hear me out on this one. The blood on your hands. You got migrants coming in under the New Deal. That means they're going to give citizenship to everybody that walks in the door, including 20 generations of the migrants. You got Taliban, taking over a country to kill it all over again. And where's Black Lives Matter and the rest of the liberals at? Oh, that's right. They're worried about ice cream and identity politics and migrants and give everybody a hug and all that crap. Why don't they go over and give Taliban a hug and hand them a pride flag? Come on, Nancy Pelosi. Come on, AOC. Come on, squad. Get your asses on over there. Go and hand them a damn freaking pride flag. And while they cut your throat. Because you're a piece of trash. All of you. I threaten no head state. I threaten nobody. But if something happens to these people, I will not be ashamed or saddened by it. Because what they did was they're going to kill 70,000 people plus millions more in Israel and maybe in Iraq or wherever else they can strike. All because of their self-identity. We identify xenobird dog killers or xenophobic killers or whatever the hell they identify as. These liberals don't care about anyone or anything. I pray to my Lord Jesus Christ that this doesn't happen. That some country will wake up and go in there and beat the crap out of the Taliban. That England, whoever else will you know what? Biden has dementia. We're done with this. Because I guarantee you, once they get Afghanistan under control, Taliban do, they're going to launch at countries like that. And they're not going to care. Because it's going to be a war, blood, guts all over again. 20 years, yeah, war. People say, well, war is bad. Has anybody paid attention to 20-something years ago? 9/11? Were you guys awake that day, or just like every liberal, you're asleep? Until evil Republican now, if evil Republican did something wrong, you'd be charting off graphs and charts and videotape and everything else. But since Democrat does something stupid like Biden did, nah. CNN's like, oh, tax return from Trump more important. 9/11 happened. 6,000 people died. It's going to happen again, folks. Once it happens again, it's going to be worse. It could be door to door. It could be a block war. It could be going from New York to California. It could be a war breaking out. They can invade us for all we know. It could be a war with citizens fighting with guns, knives, and bare hands for survival against a terrorist group that does not care. I'm not threatening or making any prediction. I'm telling you, it could happen. We need, the president that wears the pins, that shits himself probably regularly, who can't understand what he's doing or don't care what he's doing. talking behind them, telling them this is a good idea. We have another 2 years of this bird, 2.5 years of this bird. It's not even year one yet of his presidency. He's already done more damage than Trump has done in his 4 years of president. By bringing everybody together, yeah, that lasted a whole 30 seconds. Are you awoke enough? Are you awoke enough, liberals? Have you finally woken up to the realization that your Biden master didn't do nothing for you? Peasants, are you done going, have some more bread and water? Are you done being a peasant? Are you going to wake up now? Got people dying in the street, folks. How long? How more it's going to take? How more dead body going to be dead for you to understand all this nonsense? How many more young children? How many more people got to die in this country, in this world? See, the liberals don't care about the country no more. They care about the world. And that's a proven point right there. And that's very sad. But we have a country being destroyed. Afghanistan being destroyed. How much billions of dollars we gave this country? Gave that country. And they're being wiped out just like that. Because, Joe Biden, Commander in Depends, the basement president, is at Camp David hiding. His policies have failed, folks. The Republicans have to gain this House and Senate fully or enough in 2022 to impeach Biden, get him out, get Harris out, put somebody else in charge. I guarantee you, if this is not going to be approaching treason or article impeachment, I don't know what is. They thought Trump instigated some kind of weird coup or some weird organization coup with January 6th. They thought he was going to give, tell of a country that you ain't going to help them unless you give information about Joe Biden's son. All became false. They wasted billions of dollars in nonsense. And you got a country ready to fall now, and Joe Biden's hiding, the liberals are making excuses for him. Wake up, America. They don't care about you no more than anybody else in this world does. These progressive liberals in their safe spaces and pronouns and all that crap they worry about ain't gonna help you when the bullets come flying through your window and you hear jihad and they're cutting your family or neighbor's throat in front of your house and blood everywhere and the head being thrown at you or whatever the heck they're gonna be doing. You have to understand, folks, it's gonna happen. And churches in Afghanistan, if any, are going to be destroyed. Christians are going to be killed even more. I pray for Christians that they do not convert to Islam. I pray that they steadfast and keep their faith. Jesus will be with them, even if they die. They will see him in heaven and walk with him. And I pray that for his world, Jesus will help stop this somehow. This is a real hard time, folks, for me, because it irritates me. Because we had a good president, good run. The liberals, state that take over. They got rid of him, and now they're letting a million people die, and no one seems to care. Eventually, they're going to be killing a bunch of people, civilians. Eventually, and it's going to be rough because people like the president fled the country of Afghanistan. He had to flee. And maybe he can barter with the military to help him take it back. I don't know. Maybe he can go to a country that wants to help, get rid of the Taliban. Don't know. But it ain't going to be the United States. I'm not saying the United States should be in every war now. But they were an ally. Like Japan's an ally. Like England's an ally. And Israel's an ally. Turkey, man, kind of shaky turns with them. Iraq, Iran, and again, shaky turns with them. But if you don't think that's Taliban ain't gonna get with Iraq to launch a war on the United States, you are snorting some serious paint. You're drinking the Kool-Aid without the Jim Jones cyanide in there. You're drinking suicide punch, practically what you're doing. Because you are believing that in 9/11 ain't gonna happen again because the government said they're gonna take care of you. The same government that can't kill a bug that most countries got rid of less than 6 months. You know, to kill Afghanistan a lot. Well, Afghanistan, don't have a lot of running water or medical people there. But England did well. Thailand did okay. Japan had a little issues. You know, China, they're a big country. Most area is pretty clear. Some people are still having it. Some people are older, probably died from it. Russia, ain't much out of Russia coming out of Russia. Because I don't think Russia plasters their media on every on the world stage to see. So I think it's really sad day. This weekend's really sad weekend. 70,000 young children and women are going to be enslaved. And the woke and progressive movement in this country that believes in identity politics and gender studies to Afghanistan are not going to rude awakening when they realize that the girls are dead. Of course, they don't care. Like, oh, it's our fault. And they'll walk away looking at them. Like, it's our fault. What are looking at you? They don't care. They take no responsibility because the progressive assumes we don't have to follow the same rules. Rules are for peasants, and we are the peasants in their eyes. The rich, leftist, Hillary Clinton people think, laws are for poor people, not for the rich elite. The ones that think they're better than everybody else. That eat at, and have a chef. Don't eat Chef Boyardee. I'm telling you, what are the best thing to eat? And I feel that people like that are the ones that are going to be killed first, are going to be the ones going to be murdered first by these terrorist people who don't care. Because they're going to be given all these hugs and great, and bang, they're dead. It's going to happen, folks. The war is on, okay? The war is coming. There's no if or when. It's here. And once Afghanistan launches the war against Israel, England's going to have to get involved. Russia might get involved just to get involved to get instigate crap. What's gonna happen, folks? You know, happening soon. I believe that Christ is returning soon. I believe that tremendously. And I apologize, Lord, for all the cursing I've done, and I apologize to you guys for listening to that garbage. But I have to get my voice out sometimes. I can't listen. If you can't yell at somebody, you have to say words that you may not want to say to get their attention. Because people in this world, in this country, are just blind, deaf, and dumb. It's very sad that we have a country going to fall, Afghanistan, and no one cares, and on the liberal left. They're more worried about Donald Trump's tax returns and ice cream from Nancy Pelosi's people dying in war that now will once again become an enemy. Once again plot to destroy us. And of course, these liberals open the front door for them. They won't get attacked. They're serving their masters. If you think you give in to them, they're gonna just leave you alone. No, El Capitan, they're gonna kill you too because they don't care. They will use you once you no longer become useful. Just like in socialism, you become extinct. Become extinct. That, folks, is what's going to happen. You can hate me all you want. You can call me an evil Trumper or whatever you can call me. But you know something? Trump had it right when he said this is going to happen. But yet you sit there and you believe in your wokenness. You believe in your identity politics. You go outside and scream in your safe space. Progressives. One day, a man gonna walk up to you wearing a vest. He's gonna pull or push a button. And he's gonna blow you right into heaven, or blow you right into Judgment Day. And there ain't gonna be no paradise, ain't gonna be no happiness after that. For a lot of you who don't believe in God or curse God or think God's a joke, that may happen. Like I said, I'm not saying it's gonna happen with anybody I know. No, but terrorists don't play by rules, folks. The laws you create, they do not respect or honor. And you have to understand that. If you don't get that, then I don't know what you're gonna. And then I don't know what you're doing then, because you're wasting everybody's time if you think they're gonna leave you alone. It's wrong, folks. It's wrong. It's really wrong and sad when you have a country falling because our depends decides the good idea to pull out people. And you can send more troops in to a blood fight, to a bloodbath. They're gonna die. But what Hillary Clinton, what matter does it make, right? Along with President Biden hiding in the basement. The president hides in the basement while the world around him, country around him, goes down in the toilet. That right there is an issue. If I'm making another video, guys, I'm gonna talk about 6800, our XT, our XT. Here in a minute. I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Be out.